Hi. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome or welcome back. If you are watching on YouTube, welcome to Novakast, episode 572. If you're watching on Study Buddies, welcome to... Or what? If you're watching on Twitch, welcome to Study Buddies, not numbered, Downfall of Wright edition. Or alternate title, Right is Wrong edition.
Oh, great. We're dealing with a Tua again.
Wrong game. Wrong series.
I know.
Get that out of your head.
I was just saying that.
No more.
The way Rob said hello.
No more. All right. So we are starting 7 years ago trial ladder tonight. Hashtag team ladder.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know.
I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened?
The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scare Trucy.
Speaking of which, where is she?
You've seen the problem yourself. The letter.
The one shot... the one shot in the forehead. One, right.
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
Why not?
This is something I will not say, for now at least.
What's this for now business?
I've done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident?
Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Oh, at least it's better than dismissing it and acting like he didn't hear it. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. And found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols.
2?
Yes. The one I had used on stage. And the one that had been used by my partner, Valent.
Oh. For the Zack and Valence quick draw thing.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. And then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment.
You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So, there were other requests you couldn't refuse before.
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast. And I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Turns out the Grammarly troop is a crime family. And he's killed people for Magnifi.
Turns out they were the rival family to the frickin' Katakis.
Oh, God.
Not the Ravellas.
Was Magnifi coercing his disciples somehow? Just what was going on in Troop Grammarly?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
In your pocket.
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks.
Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean, there's something else you can tell me?
You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks.
Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened.
What? Wait. Magnifi Grammarly?
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What did you talk about?
Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
I feel like it kind of does. That Grammarly. He seems pretty steadfast to me. Or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands.
Right. Let's get back in there. Court is now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head.
Well, this is new. And the rifling marks?
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
Your decisive witness. How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Troop Grammary's famous duo, Zack and Valent.
Valent Grammarly? So, we get to meet the great Magnifi's other disciple.
Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
Hey, Nathan.
Valiant Grammarly, magician.
Welcome in.
Welcome in. You're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt. Fate. The grand illusion filled with traps and tricks. Wait. The shooting took place in that hotel after 11 o'clock at night.
Not at all.
If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late?
Hospital.
What'd you say?
Okay, Clavier, calm down.
If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay. I always get I always get the characters, don't I?
Phoenix with a beard, yay or nay?
Nay.
Yay.
Yay. You're outvoted.
I'm imagining it.
Yes.
No, dude, it would have been great if, like, for his look for most of the game, he had a beard. Come on.
And what kind of beard are we
only beard
talking?
I
How
can-
lengthy the beard? Like ZZ
Only
Top kind of
beard I
beard,
can see
or
Phoenix-
Full face, but short.
okay?
The only beard I can see Phoenix rocking, aside from maybe some stubble, is one of those fake Santa Claus beards.
So like the judge's beard.
Like I said, full beard, but it's short.
I agree.
I have an
All right,
interesting
Clavier.
fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar. Wait. That's the same letter Zach Grammarly received. Yes. Or perhaps I should say, ta-da. Order. And what does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
If I wanted to see, I would have looked at it, but I'm asking you, what does it say? Don't
Judge, I
smoke with me.
recommend some reading glasses.
Nathan says,
Don't
imagine
pick- don't-
goatee
don't
Phoenix
pick-
looking cursed. Sorry for the mental image.
Wait, what?
Nathan says, I imagine goatee Phoenix looking cursed. Sorry for the mental image.
Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence.
Practically. What?
92nd letter added to the court record.
This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your troop Grammarly up to? By which you mean? I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion there, Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet, this has nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to. I slipped in Apollo for a second. By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse.
It probably has to do with the passing on of the will.
You know what, dude? I was just thinking that. Like, maybe a test or something.
A wheel, you say?
Like, he was testing both of them, and whoever passed the test.
I have a wheel.
You know, actually, the what?
Would be the one to get it.
That would learn all of his secrets.
Whoever kills me first learns all my secrets.
Well, I feel like. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I don't think he actually wanted them to kill him. I think, if anything, I mean, especially because technically in the letter, hold on, let me find the letter. The letter does say, I'll ready a gun with which you will shoot. One shot, square in the forehead, you cannot refuse. Does it say whose forehead? It just says shot in the forehead. And to an extent, you have Zach that goes in there, shoots the clown, and I would have to guess that helped him pass the test.
Chances are Valent either took it too literally, meaning that thinking that Magnify actually did want him to shoot him square in the forehead, or he saw that there was already a gunshot in the clown's forehead and was like, well, seems the other option's gone, so bam.
Or, I mean, at that point, he knew that he wasn't going to get it, so he tried to frame Zach.
Oh, could be.
That's my theory right now. I don't think that's. I mean, we've been kind of thinking that he's been involved in this shit. So, especially with that little outburst when Trucy got the letter.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, right now, my headcanon is, or at least my theory, is Zach was going to get it. Zach would basically pass Magnify's test. Valiant didn't approve of that, so he tried to he killed Magnify. Two, he tried to frame Zach. I mean, technically, he did frame Zach. Yeah. If this goes, I mean, with this being a past case, hence why he wasn't a freaking. Oh my god! You know what? it just dawned on me. I definitely feel like that whole. I'm still on the fence that whole thing in the first case with Phoenix and Shady, dude, that was so set up to get freaking Kristoff. It was just them laying the bait for him. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, we did discuss this one last night, so
I know, but still, like that's my theory right now.
I remember what happens, but I'm not saying anything.
Yes, don't spoil it, please. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Grammarly, stands accused. Tell us why. Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses raise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. Every magician knows timing is everything.
Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up.
I said magician, not musician.
That night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the crown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. So, you were the one who reported the crime? Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. No. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Remedy, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Grammarly, then the killer was you, Valiant. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. Oh, they changed it. Huh. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Why just stick with the new one? That makes no sense. My brain hurts. I'm gonna stop thinking about it.
Think harder.
Don't do that to me. Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m. Indeed. In magic, timing is everything. Right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Why, it would reveal the very secrets of my magic.
Now that you've revealed the very secrets of your magic for all of us, let's move on.
Oh shit.
You went at the designated time, and what did you see?
So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Oh, really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? How about this? You were the How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Now you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things.
He's already starting to think that Valen's guilty.
Which brings us back to this reason. Neither of you could refuse. So it does. And my partner, he did not refuse. But Magnifi wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zach couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't all so strong. Which is it? Mind if I continue? There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valiant, let me ask you about something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, let's do the number of pistols. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? Well, 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valiant quick draw shoot 'em, correct? 1 for each of you. You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zach tell me back in the lobby?
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
I see no problem with this statement. Only one pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam. Alakazam. Alakaboom. What the fuck was that last... That's second last... fuck. Is the number of pistols really so important? Quite important.
Totally not.
The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? So much for saying he had nerves of steel. A will of steel, sorry. I'm gonna present... Objection! According to the defendant, Zach Grammarly, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket.
Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head.
Well, what about what Mr. Valiant has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valiant. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
Mr. Valiant, if you fired this pistol Then you shot the victim in the forehead. Order, order, order. Well, this is rather sudden.
What have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin.
I owe the court an apology. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
Objection!
But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon.
Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth?
That was just this morning.
I am still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now.
The incriminator? Yes, Your Honor. You were you were presented to this court as the decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive.
You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, Wright, the real fight is about to begin.
Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m.
Can we check the...
I was about to say 11:05.
No. The autopsy report.
Between 11 and 11:30.
Okay.
And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me.
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
Those times are rather close, I have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi.
It's easy to explain in this situation, there, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single 13 Years Hard Time for Love.
How many times have we heard about that song?
Right.
Dude, he is really like kind of hanging on to those coattails for that song.
Even 7 years later.
I'm not going to say anything. I was going to make a joke. I'm not going to say it. I'll just, I'll say this. It does seem like certain people who create one song that gets popular on the internet, all of a sudden they ride those coattails till, the end of time, when really they are talentless hacks.
And yet they're still super popular. They still come out with hits. As far as the
Even when they're
cabinets go.
creepy fuckers. You're talking about cabinets. I'm talking about something else. Okay.
Due to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same.
Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds. What a ripoff.
Songs are getting a lot shorter these days.
Yep.
True.
Most songs these days are barely like 2.5 minutes.
There's no talent in the world anymore.
That's not true.
That's not true. I mean, it takes talent to make a song that only lasts that long. Or at least make a good song that lasts that long.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, in terms of music, a lot of it's kind of regurgitated at this point.
Shrinkflation
What
music.
song? I mean, dude, there were songs from the 80s and 90s, even the early 2000s, that were paying homage and using either melodies or what have you from tracks in the 70s, 60s, and what have you. Doesn't make them any less
Anywho.
good.
I just imagine Rob's head right now is just like blah 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 talentless hacks. Let's keep going. Yes?
You're really playing off that kind of asshole.
I'm playing it off? Oh. Okay. Who's the asshole now? I guess it's me. Let's keep going.
ASSHOLE.
No. Not appropriate.
Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus.
By the way, those lines on his shirt, are those cutouts like his skin underneath?
I hope
don't
not.
want to think about that. Why did you put that thought in my head?
I've been thinking about it since yesterday. I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of voice lines in these episodes, so I just gotta sit here and wonder.
Why?
I said I don't have a lot of voice lines. Lay off me. It makes me think. What, you don't want me to think? Fine. Who's the asshole now? Whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna calm down.
No.
And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth.
Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision.
I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations. Lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on? Oh, right.
So that means no just pressing everything.
Wait, seriously?
Okay.
Yep. You'll get a penalty.
Oh, what a dick.
Someone call for me!
Not that one.
Oh!
What do I want to press him on? You know what? That's the focus of this right now. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, sure. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic reveals in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done this arithmetic homework. Done their arithmetic homework.
The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim Magnifi Gramarie's schedule. Every night at 11 o'clock, Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes.
I can see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end.
The needle's been removed.
Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot.
That would seem to be the case.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips.
You could just measure the remaining IV liquid.
Precisely. The IV liquid functions, for our purposes, as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Which was probably IV report added to the court record. Probably taken out by Magnifi himself during this conversation with Zach.
Yeah. And so it was when I, Valiant, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed, and this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Does that seem important? Yeah, very. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Perhaps the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. Did you notice the IV yourself, by any chance? When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then, his left arm did I spy a rose, drooping and wilted. Its thorn, the discarded ivy needle.
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect.
Indubitably. Fuck. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color. Indeed. Even today, I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why then, Zack and Valiant won their first Magician's Grand Prix. Yes. The very one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adorned in this attire then, too. And our trophy, a bust. And what a day that was. This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color? Yes, indeed. And that IV too. Wait. Oh, don't tell me we're dealing with another guy that's colorblind.
Let's take a look at the photo again.
He said yellow.
Mm-hmm. And let's see.
No, I mean he didn't say yellow, but he said he's wearing his lucky color. Where's Dude, it's green.
Wait.
But the bag's blue.
Ah, that is a good point.
It's yellow. Oh.
Also, yeah, he's not colorblind.
Okay.
He's just dumb.
So hold on. Yeah, he is. I say, I think 'twas huge, especially for me, Valiant. That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? Valiant sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this? Lucky color, testimony. There's contradiction. It certainly sounds like your lucky color brought you plenty of luck. But not this time, Mr. Valiant. Your lucky color betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Your Honor? The witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here.
You know,
Very
given
well.
how the judge is, I wouldn't put it past him to actually hope that it is not well-founded or well-based, so that he could apply the penalty.
That judge is based.
He seems calmer today
So
compared to
based.
his usual self.
All the bases. Base.
All your
Very
votes
well.
belong to-
No.
Let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valiant has told us? The crime scene tells us all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white. Clear-cut simplicity. Tell us there, Wright. Just where is the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure, and I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness's testimony? Valiant Grammarly, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion? Doubt? Tell us. What do your elderly eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valiant. Look at that IV bag. What is this? What? Foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photo. No! Order. What does this mean?
Objection! This is some kind of mistake.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness is at mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valiant Grammarly, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, this contradicts what contradicts. This contradiction can mean only one thing.
Objection! And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright.
Roll credits.
That would be for the first game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, roll credits how many years ago?
True. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright.
How do you mean?
How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree at a glance the IV liquid does appear sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you the liquid itself is quite yellow.
Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself?
The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say a light blue?
Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and...
You get green.
This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
I see. Your explanation does have a ring of truth to it.
Rebel, rebel.
As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
What?
You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is.
Grave?
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an examination from the witness, or explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So, let me ask, how did the witness know the IV was actually yellow? Alex... Order! 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 Mr. Wright, will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid, so I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valiant Grammarly, has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because... Sure... He knew the IV color. From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV color, or the IV liquid, was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Really? Ask yourself. Ask yourself. Damn it! Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at the hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor.
Objection! I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV bag's color, or liquid's color? He'd be getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah?
Objection! The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right, right? As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through... Huh?
I like how that music came back.
Right. Does it really pain
Unlike
you to
the
say that
sands...
to the judge?
No. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, the liquid enters the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in.
Objection! Let me get this straight, right? You're saying the witness waters down the victim's IV bag?
Not with water, but with the IV liquid. That's how you know the IV was yellow. No, wait. I said wait. How might an amateur such as myself say to perform such a task?
Objection!
I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
Objection!
I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have some difficulty pouring an IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death.
I'm tired of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Okay. Rolling.
No, not right now. Apparently, Ace Attorney Investigations is on sale right now for 50% off.
The collection?
Yeah, it's $20 right now on the PlayStation Store.
That is very nice.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Might as well go ahead and I'm gonna buy this. Or do I want to wait? Because if
Now you're having a hard time deciding between that and F.
No, not really.
Oh.
F, I don't know. F. I don't like how in gameplay the monsters just pop out from like the sky.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Or some of them do. Or at least in the beginning of the game at parts. They just kind of like pop out from the sky.
What are you talking about?
In Silent Hill F.
Oh.
Well, because I was initially talking about how
Well,
Ace Attorney Investigations is on sale, and he's like, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it, maybe not. And then he's like, oh, you can't decide between that and F. I'm like, nah, not really. Because F kind of scares me because the monsters fall out from the sky.
Wait, Ace Attorney Investigations?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Investigations collection, it has 1 and 2. Investigations 1 and 2 on it.
Because I have the original.
Which is
on
very
mobile.
exciting because this is the first time this is the first time that Investigations 2 has been released on the West Coast. Or outside of Japan.
It's 50% off right now on PlayStation Store. So it's $20 right now.
I might get it.
But I was trying to say, like, I think about getting it, but I'm not gonna touch it anytime soon. Because part of me kind of wants to finish it on my phone. Or at least the first game. Because I'm so close to finishing it on my phone. And then I'll replay it on PS5. Or Switch. Could always do Switch too. Trying to think of what I would play more of on, or more of it on. Because I have the Great Ace Attorney on my Switch, so. But I have Apollo Justice on my PC. I have things all over the place, I guess. Anyway, let's keep going. Screw it.
Well,
buy
Mr.
it.
Wright,
Bought it.
any solid evidence to bring us back down to Earth? Valiant Grammarly, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was...
That explains why there was liquid inside the syringe. The question is, why is the liquid green?
I don't think that's liquid. I think that's just part of the syringe.
Oh yeah, that is part of it. That is the part that the syringe is in. My bad.
The
I thought there was
victim's
some liquid
syringe.
inside that little part.
It's the perfect prop for the magically increased IV trick, and easy enough for an amateur to use.
Objection!
What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it.
Objection!
Don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin?
What?
The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valiant Grammarly, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate at will. Oh, I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too difficult to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little much-needed investigation work. I see there's no job, fuck.
Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you never, ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking.
What's he talking about?
You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. But there is no proof.
There's no proof he didn't do it either.
Yes, quite true.
Huh? He's admitting it?
Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This I admit, after all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin?
Proof, our judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
What's this?
This is the victim Magnifi Grammary's diary.
Diary?
After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death.
Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request?
Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we?
Tonight's IV's in, maybe the last. I leave the rest of them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that is left to mine is... I can't read the last part. This does appear to have been written just before his death. Okay, there we go. Lay down. Okay.
Lay down this pen.
What did that page say?
What do you mean?
It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer, at least. Only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell.
You know what? That envelope truce he has is the actual final page.
Yeah, more likely. The court accepts this into evidence.
Magnifi's diary added to the court record. Read the very last part with particular care. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Grammery.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor, after all.
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifi Grammery intended to write again. That is, if Zach Grammery didn't pull the trigger.
Oh.
What? Right? Oh, he probably had to
He squeaked.
hurriedly leave.
Did he not?
There was a squeak, yeah. Or
Okay.
a beep.
Sound like a squeak.
One of the two.
Ah, my scar itches. Still hasn't healed. Like, it's
From
barely
the,
from my accident.
on the
yeah.
arm.
Yeah, my wrist. The one on my arm, my elbow, is completely healed. Like, that's been healed for, like, a year now. But
Nice.
the one on my wrist is still pretty gnarly. Like, the upper half of it's still raised and everything, but it blends a lot more. It blends a lot better with my skin. Like, it's not, like, as dark as it used to be, but it's still not... It's still pretty raised. It's still about, like... Over half of it is still kind of raised above the skin. Just a little bit of it, the bottom part of it is like flattened out, but it's still not fully flattened out yet. It's gonna probably take another year or two before this fully calms down. Which means I can't start my tattoos yet on this wrist. Can start on my other arm though if I wanted to. Yeah. It gets sore sometimes, though. Like, still rubbing it feels weird. At least the part of my face, like, I don't even notice it anymore. I mean, if I call attention to it, or pay attention to it, I do, but... Ow. I don't know if you heard my jaw pop just now. Ah.
I was popping my knuckle, so it probably happened at the exact same time.
Oh, that's funny. Rob, you always leave at the wrong time.
Oh, man.
It's interesting because Rob sent me a DM last night around 11:13 p.m. It says everybody dying.
Really?
We were waiting for him.
The hell?
Right?
Yeah. We were waiting. Yeah.
It's okay, we forgive you, Rob. I just assume he is listening to us at all times. And if so, his headphones must have some range. Mine, when I get to, like, my kitchen, is when I stop, or I can't really hear you guys. And then I get worried that it's not going to pick up on stream. Or it's going to, like, default to, like, my monitor or something like that as far as my speakers are concerned.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Everything okay?
Yeah, fire alarm was going off.
Oh,
So it was the... Okay.
so it was a beep.
Yeah.
I thought it was a squeak.
I mean, it sounded like it could have been either or.
Alright.
I assume that he read his line.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't.
I see the... Huh?
Rob didn't read his line.
There was nothing to say.
Was there?
It was just ellipses.
Oh,
No,
I'm
it
sorry.
was just ellipses.
Okay. My bad.
I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends. Because Magnafie's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Gramery.
Order. Prosecutor Gavin, are you certain that Magnifi Grammarly wrote this?
Hey, Bojangles. They
There's
say,
no mistaking his handwriting.
hello, it's been a while. What do you think of the Predator Badlands movie? I don't know, haven't seen it.
Wait,
Haven't
What?
seen it.
Predator Badlands?
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, you played alongside Predator.
A Predator, anyway.
Yeah. Looks kind of
Wait,
cool.
is that the one with the young? Is that the one with the child predator? Whatever the race is.
Yautja?
Yautja. Thank you.
I'm not sure.
The young Yautja. Is it
Not
that
sure.
movie?
I don't know, but they fight alongside humans. And they're like, how? And then somebody else is like, how does it feel to be hunted? It looks cool. Or but what little I've seen of like little ads on my computer screen and whatnot, it looks cool. And what I've seen on like Instagram and shit, but haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. But also, hello, welcome to the stream for those who just tuned in. Alright, let's keep going.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifi did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ended here, which plainly it did,
Then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Grammary.
Oh, she's a robot. Okay.
Well, how do you like me now, Wright? Still too green for your tastes?
he's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with this precise evidence.
Nope.
This precious evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, the witness's testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with the evidence, it seems quite significant for a case. If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. This is where it gets him. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary?
That is cursed.
What?
Nothing.
Look in the group DM.
Totally nothing.
I didn't say my line. It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. So why did you think?
All
Why
right.
did you think that this was where Wright gets got?
Dude, we're about to show the page.
Yeah, but we were about to show the diary.
No, I don't think we're going to show the diary. I think we're going to show
We
the
were.
page.
That was Phoenix's plan, was to show the diary and show that there was a missing page.
I don't think that's the
why
case, dude.
He gave that exclamation mark when Clavier said that, hey, don't even think about using the diary that we just put into evidence.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't think that's the case. I think it's... We have to...
Okay.
This is...
Okay.
Alright, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is... First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out.
What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all.
That's why we're still here talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page.
I don't believe it.
Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifi Grammarly. That's the defense's position.
Wait, let me see that. What in Sam hell? Why, this is a continuation of the victim's diary.
Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnifi's diary.
Quite remarkable.
Would you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney?
The diary continued after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Grammarly left, leaving no one to take his life but the second victim. Valiant Grammarly?
No, no! The handwriting, too, matches that on the other pages. This is, without a doubt, genuine article. Order, order, order.
But wait, it's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Herr Wright?
Resist what? Presenting solid evidence?
Herr Judge?
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin?
Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness.
But, Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses.
I ask only to put it on hold. Please. My new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. "5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor."
Well, if you put it that way. Mr. Wright, what's your take on this?
Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner.
Then, though this is highly, highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the court.
I had a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling just now. Just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around.
Oh.
Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin.
I beg the court's understanding. But I have to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony.
Who's doing Drew?
Didn't decide.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Judiciary deal?
The details of its testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room.
Very well. And you are the witness, I gather? Yes. Yes, sir.
State your name and occupation for the record.
My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. A painter? And you are somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se.
Turns out this isn't Drew, it's what's his name from the first game in disguise.
I think he's forging the judge's voice. I'm making
I'm
a
trying to
joke.
remember the character's name.
Because he sounds a lot like the
one
judge
with-
right now.
To me, he sounds similar to the guy who had his painting taken by Red White.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Grossman.
Grossberg. Thank you.
Grossberg.
Thank you.
Grossberg?
Marvin
I
Grossberg.
have one simple. Yeah. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is?
Yes, I know it well.
How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before?
Yeah, I made it.
You... what? You made it?
Yes, well, you might call it one of my works.
The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramery.
Illegal evidence?
I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words.
Forgeries?
Oh, well, so are we to understand that this page here is...
A fake. Prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Objection!
Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence.
Objection!
The attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right?
Witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items I want, and I receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
Objection!
But, there's no proof this is a fake.
It's a fake.
Huh?
To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can see without a doubt this is mine.
A special mark. Hold on. Where's the mark?
That's a good question.
Where's... I'm calling shenanigans.
Mr. Wright, you have just presented legal evidence to this court. My court.
It was careless of me. That's all I can say.
Oh boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was a trap. A fatal trap.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
do you have an explanation for yourself?
If I did, would the court hear it?
Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney.
Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forced evidence in the court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright.
Your Honor!
Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself.
I see no need to for further discussion of this matter. Special witness dismissed. Mr. Returner,
Yes.
could I ask your name?
Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must...
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Zack.
there's one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I must certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict? when your defendant does not exist.
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this.
Mr. Enigmar.
The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick!
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigmar, aka Zach Grammarly, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably vanished right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day.
This is the Grammar miracle.
No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Grammarly vanished, along with him, for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved however, but not until 7 years later.
To be continued.
Oh boy.
Series over. Phoenix lost his license.
Fuck.
Two more sections to go.
Fun. Yay.
It'll be Magatama time. Next time.
Yay.
Lots of Magatama time. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Magatama
fun.
time. Holy crap, there's a lot of Magatama time. It's all Magatama
Jesus.
time.
That's a lot of...
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're not done. 6. 6 Magatama times.
Damn.
Jesus. That's a lot of Megatama.
I know. And it's not even Phoenix that's gonna be doing it.
Oh, cool.
It's Apollo. With his shitty bracelet, too.
That's...
Oh, no. Oh, no. We're not combining the
This will be
two.
in-
No. No.
This will be interesting.
Yeah. But we will continue that next time. Magatama time will happen on Saturday. But in the
Yep.
meantime, end screen is up. That's a thing.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. On the YouTube side of things, this is Rob, Aden, and MJ signing off. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see you guys next video.
Peace out, my friends.
See you around.
And on the Twitch end of things, you can find both Rob and Aiden's socials and channels on my channel in the About tab underneath the Friends panel. We go live every Saturday and Sunday evening around 11 p.m. Eastern. I usually post on X whenever we do go live, which is the same as the channel handle. If you want to watch any of our VODs, they are permanently archived on the Novakast YouTube channel. We do have playlists for them. That being said, what kinds of hijinks will we get into next time? Who fucking knows? But in the meantime, class is dismissed. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Goodbye.